Florida Republican Congressman Ron DeSantis on that. Congressman, how do you feel about that? The senators are quite keen on this, and they think they have the support for it.
I think it's a no-brainer, Neil. The party's complained and campaigned against Obamacare for 7 years. The individual mandate penalty is the most unpopular provision of Obamacare. It hits a lot of middle-income and working-class families with really a cruel tax. So you're relieving a burden off a lot of people. And then just the way the CBO scores this stuff, you then get about $350 billion that you could use for further rate reductions. Now, I don't actually think repealing it would yield that, but we're usually on the short end of the stick with CBO. So here's a chance where we're kind of given a lifeline. And I think that if we added that to the House bill, you'd be able to lower the rates so that every taxpayer is getting a tax cut. And I think that that's important. I think that's what we've always campaigned on. So I think it would be a win for taxpayers, and I think it would be a win for folks who've been burdened by Obamacare.
Just to be clear then on that, Congressman, that this could provide the means by which you provide everyone a tax cut. Right now, the House plan doesn't include a tax cut for the most upper income. Are you for using some of that money to do just that? The Senate plan does take that 39.6% rate, bring it down to, I think, 38.5%. But would that be more to your liking than, let's say, immediately fronting the corporate tax cut to be effective next year?
Well, in the House, we're doing that. The right. Corporate rate is 20. So I think if you add in that 350, I think that is sufficient to then be able to lower the top rate. And here's the thing.
Wait, to lower the top rate and to keep that 20% corporate rate effective next year?
Right. And the thing is, Neil, is that you're taking away a lot of deductions. There are much fewer deductions now under this plan, which I think is good. But we've always said if we're going to get rid of deductions and credits, that we were going to lower the rate so at least taxpayers would break even. So I think that that's a fair trade. I think it makes the code more pro-growth. So we should take that opportunity and do it. It looks like that's not going to be added for this first vote, but I think this is just the first step. I think there's going to be a lot of debate going forward about this, and I think most voters, certainly Republican voters, are going to ask, why aren't you including that mandate repeal in your tax bill?
Now, I know you're in the House, Congressman, but if you'll indulge me, Roy Moore is not stepping down in this Alabama Senate race, and I'm just thinking, if he were elected, the senator from Alabama, do you think your colleagues in the Senate should kick him out?
You know, I'm not sure how that works in terms of the pre-Senate conduct. Obviously, the allegations are serious. But, you know, I would note you have a sitting senator right now on trial for bribery and corruption, Robert Menendez. I haven't heard them talk about kicking him out when those are very serious allegations as well. So I'm not exactly sure how it works in terms of the Senate rules. But look, at the end of the day, I think it's hard to overrule the voters. The voters know this conduct, and they're going to have to make a decision. Do they believe it or not? And if they don't believe it and vote for the other guy will win. If they want to send Roy Moore, then that's kind of their prerogative as voters of a sovereign state.
Real quickly, sir, while I have you here, Jeff Sessions, the Attorney General, seemed to telegraph that he wasn't keen on appointing a special counsel to investigate these Hillary Clinton matters, this uranium sale et al., the Obama administration, that it didn't seem to warrant that. Now, other legal types have told me that he has plenty of mechanisms and support staff within the Justice Department itself that he could do this without a special counsel. How would you feel about that?
So you could. I think the reason why a lot of us have asked for a special counsel, if there's no conflict, you shouldn't have a special counsel. But Jeff, in his testimony for being confirmed, said that he would recuse on anything involving the Clintons, including the Clinton Foundation. Now, maybe that's not what he's ultimately done. Maybe after getting advice, he's determined that he doesn't need to recuse in that. But I think it's a question that his testimony didn't answer. Is he actually recused from dealing with the foundation?
I got another feeling, Congressman, you're close to this, that he didn't want to look like he was doing Donald Trump's bidding. What do you think?
And that may be the case as well. So you're right. It's very well may be possible that they are investigating. They did allow us. We're going to be talking to this informant. He's going to be providing the Congress with a lot of documents. And so there's just a lot of questions on that. What did the Justice Department, FBI know before the deal was approved? Because you have this very controversial deal, and no one in Congress seemed to know that there was a racketeering and bribery investigation going on connected with it.
All right, Congressman Ron DeSantis, good seeing you again. Thank you.